This recipe is a take on those really popular toaster pastries that most kids love and most adults love to eat as well. But this one's made really healthy with some whole wheat graham flour and cream cheese in the dough and a raspberry jam filling. It's very delicious and really fun to make. To get started, 1 1/4 cups of whole wheat graham flour, which has a really nice nutty flavor, and then 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Good to balance out an alternative flour like a graham flour with a good amount of regular flour as well, just to give it structure. 1 1/2 teaspoons of coarse salt, as always, to bring out the flavor. Just combine these quickly in the food processor. Then 4 ounces of cream cheese. This is going to add some really nice richness to the dough. Very cold and cut into small cubes. And then 1/2 cup of cold unsalted butter, really tiny cubes. You want it very cold so that when you process it, it stays in little lumps, which will add really nice, lovely layers to the pastry. Okay. I'm just going to pulse this so that I keep those little bits of butter and cream cheese in there. Now, ice water. 1/2 cup of ice water plus 1 tablespoon. Put the top on and pulse. You can see it start to come together. I don't want a ball of dough in there, but I do want it thoroughly mixed. So that looks good. I'm going to bring it together in a piece of plastic wrap. Hold the ends together and knead it together with your fingers, just to bring the dough together. This is exactly what you would do with a pie crust. Press it down and really get it together. So now that I have it together, divide in half with the bench scraper. So wrap that up. And then the other one. Okay, so these go into the refrigerator to chill just about 30 minutes, just to get them to relax. You can chill for longer, but then bring back to a little bit before room temperature so that you'll be able to roll them out into the fridge. Okay, the dough's chilled. It's nice and pliable, so I'm ready to roll it out. Do 1 piece at a time. So I've got a piece of parchment, lightly flour it, take this guy out of the plastic. I'm going for about a 10 by 14, 14.5 inch rectangle. And the key is to keep moving this around and make sure there's flour under there. Okay, so this one, put onto the baking sheet. I'm gonna put this back in the refrigerator, get it nice and cold, and roll out the second dough. So the doughs are rolled out, and now we get to sandwich them. So 1 cup of raspberry jam, put it right onto the bottom one, and spread it out, but leave a border. So we're gonna sandwich that second dough on top. So we don't wanna spread it all the way to the edges. Now you could really use any type of jam here, whatever is your favorite, just not something with too many big chunks. So I've got about a 1 inch border all the way around. So this one, I'm going to use the rolling pin to roll up the dough. And then I'll line up the bottom edge and unroll this one on top. Now, just press down on those edges just to kind of adhere the 2 doughs together. Okay, then fluted pastry wheel. This will trim all the edges, make it look nice and neat. And the top one. Okay, other side. Now time for an egg wash. 1 egg, break it into a bowl, beat it quickly together with a fork. Now just brush this all over the top. This is going to give a really nice shine to the top of the dough. Okay. Now just like a pie, we need some vents in the top. So, small paring knife, and just make some slits through the top pastry only. You don't want to go all the way down to the bottom. Now I can feel my dough is a little bit soft here, so I'm going to chill this before I bake it. Okay, looks great. All set for the refrigerator. Okay, the pastry is chilled, so now we're going to go into a 375-degree oven till it's really golden brown. It'll be about 35 minutes. So the final touch is the milk glaze. just a little bit of milk into a half a cup of confectioner's sugar. So I like to use a spoon, and we'll just do some long drizzles over the top. This is really that touch of sweetness at the end. So good. You could leave it off, but why would you want to? Okay, that looks so delicious. Look at that beautiful jam filling. Looks so good. You can see all the flaky layers of the pastry with the jam and the milk glaze. This will be a hit at any party for sure.